Man, time flies. Can you believe we've already gone through the first quarter of 2018? Because I can't. It's been a lot that's gone on, especially since Thanksgiving. Markets have kind of gone up a lot from Thanksgiving to the beginning of January. And then they turned around on us, and we got what I consider to be pajama traders and high frequency trading algorithmic machines driving our markets, not economics. So there's nothing, in my opinion, to be concerned with. We got what I've been looking for. We got our tax code change. That's just gonna open up the floodgates. It's going to make a lot of changes. I've been clamoring that for decades that we needed that. So right now, where we are is we've got what I call tariff tantrum. It's Donald Trump is doing this right, he's doing that wrong, and every day we wake up, there's another news story about people, porn stars, and you name it. We've got just crazy media, and people are paying way too much attention to this stuff, and that's what drives these markets all over the place. But essentially, what really matters is if you look at every economic metric that you can look at. I mean, I'm talking unemployment, I'm talking wage inflation, we're talking about per producer price index, we're talking about GDP, we're talking about housing starts. You take all these things and you look at them and you look at where the yield spreads are. We've got a tailwind like I have never seen before. So I'm not worried, at least for the next year. I feel pretty comfortable that the markets will go up, especially when we get past all this tariff stuff. And we're not going to live with tariffs. We're not going to get in a trade war. Nobody's ever won one. So I don't expect that to be an issue. I just think it's just news, and that's what's causing the market to give us a correction that was way overdue. Markets correct on average about once every 9 months. Well, we went 8 quarters, 2 years. Actually, it was more than that, but we went over 2 years since we had a correction. So we were due. We've had an incredible 2 years. 2016 and 2017, we made a lot of money. So to give a little bit back in the first quarter of 2018, that's not a big deal. In fact, it wasn't even that, if you look at it, it was not that much. It was so minuscule, it was not worth talking about. But if you watch the media, you'd think, oh my God, I'm losing all my money. And that's not what's happening. What's baffling to me, though, is a couple of things. Oil has gone up to between $60 and $65 a barrel for Texas crude. And it's definitely priced high enough now for all the oil industry to start making some decent money. But yet the stocks are not doing well in the oil industry, not yet. It's like they've lagged. So I'm not letting go of those. I just think that they have to come back. It just makes sense. It's business sense. So I didn't want to give you a whole lot of information this particular quarter other than, look, we got tailwinds. I see an open runway ahead. I'm going to be more invested than normal. And I just think it's the right move. But interest rates are moving up. We cannot get anything fixed income related. And that's what's hurting real estate. We own some real estate. Real estate has two components. It has a component where it's a fixed income type of investment. So it gets hit when interest rates go up. But then right behind that, you get inflation. That's the reason interest rates are going up, is the Fed is trying to stave off inflation. Inflation drives up the value of real estate. So we own the right assets. And if you're looking at inflation, you want to own things you can touch. Oil, real estate, steel, copper. We have all that stuff. But we're well diversified, and I like what we own. In fact, this morning I went through and looked at everything that we own in our portfolios, and I'll tell you, I didn't want to sell any of it. I like everything we have. So I guess the message here is to quit watching the news. Don't worry about your accounts. I'm on top of them, and I just feel like we're going to have a good year. We just have to be patient, let things develop, especially with these first quarter earnings that are going to start reporting in the next few weeks. I think that'll prove to everyone the economy's doing well. So I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to answer a question that someone has asked me. Am I sitting here in my underwear? No, I'm not. Y'all have a great next quarter, and I will come back to you and talk then. Thanks.